At the 65th Cannes Film Festival, Iranian film director Asghar Farhadi was once again the centre of attention, this time for his next film project. The European Commission has selected Farhadi's next movie for its €60,000 Prix Media award. Earlier this year, Farhadi's Separation won 2 Oscar nominations and won the award for Best Foreign Language Film, the first Iranian movie to win the honour. He spoke to Euronews at Cannes.
Hello, Mr. Farhadi. Welcome on Euronews. You just won the Prix MEDIA, an European award which also stands for cultural diversity. What does this award as an Iranian filmmaker mean for you?
The
meaning it has for me is the same as all the encouragement I've received through these years. The other meaning is that I'm a writer who's always composed in the Persian language and whose dialogues have always been in Persian. Now some of the cast will be speaking another language. Finally, it means that those who've read the script for my next film have been able to connect with it and did not find it an unfamiliar story despite not knowing Persian. And that means a lot to me.
You won many international awards for your last movie, A Separation, amongst them an Oscar for Best Foreign Language Movie. But apparently when you returned to Iran, the official welcome dinner organized by the state of Iran was cancelled. What happened?
My cinema friends and colleagues were going to hold a ceremony, a very sincere and simple ceremony. Well, they faced problems and they could not hold it properly. And they were still trying to hold the ceremony one way or another. I did not want them to have more problems, and I asked them not to continue. The ceremony was not going to be held by the House of Cinema, but by friends who are mostly members of the House of Cinema. What they were doing meant a lot to me, although they could not do it the way they wanted to. I could never find out why the ceremony was cancelled. However, despite everything, it was very valuable for me. All this time I've got so much support from the people of my country, and I've been blessed with their kindness. And this support's a great asset for me, and very valuable.
In your movies, you have a certain style which reminds me of Chekhov, Ibsen, Kieslowski. Certainly in your last movie, A Separation, you have a style I would call neo-realistic style. What is for you this task of this realistic style?
It might have been the books I read when I was a teenager. The stories I read at that time were very close to reality. Not just a mere portrayal of reality, but a selection of a layer of reality which within itself contained much more complicated layers of reality. Reading those stories as a younger adult has unconsciously created a certain taste, which showed itself when I started writing movie scripts and plays.
An artist, and I consider you as a filmmaker and screenwriter, as an artist, you must have a certain freedom of artistic expression. Where is for you the borderline between artistic expression and freedom and reason of state?
For someone like me and of my generation, who was born and has grown up with these restrictions, be they at home, at school, on the street or at university, sometimes this borderline between being restricted and not being restricted is blurred. Not in the same sense that I sometimes hear, restrictions lead to creativity. This is wrong to say. Perhaps in the short run restrictions can bring about creativity, but in the long term it destroys it. Therefore, if there were no restrictions for Iranian filmmakers, we would have seen more creativity from them.
There are a lot of Iranian film directors. They cannot work the way they wish in Iran. Some Western journalists call this a problem of censorship. How would you explain the problem?
The problem is not a very clear and transparent problem that I can define for you. Perhaps if we summarize it in one word, it is the same as you say, censorship and restriction. This is not just from the system, not just from the authority in the ruling system. Some of this censorship is within the artist or the filmmaker without them being aware of it, and this is more dangerous. Because if there are restrictions on the outside, you can see them, you can get it, you can recognize it, experience it, and find a way of going through it. But when it's within your own mind, you will not be able to find it. It's like someone who's ill but does not know about his illness and feels that they're healthy. This is dangerous.
The House of Cinema, an important body supporting artists and filmmakers in Iran, was closed a few months ago. It shocked a lot of filmmakers, actors and actresses. How do you feel about this?
I
have some good news. I learnt that through their efforts, all those who were active in and all the members of House of Cinema have managed to get it reopened soon. I'm not sure yet. I've heard this as news. My feeling when the House of Cinema was closed was a very bad feeling. Neither I nor any of my colleagues could find out why such an establishment should be shut. Reasons were given, but none of them were acceptable to me. I thought those were not the real reasons, and something else has made them close the House of Cinema. But I'm happy that, finally, due to the efforts of the cinema people, this incident was not forgotten. Unlike many other events that are forgotten in the course of time.
Mr. Farhadi, thank you very much for this interview and good luck for your next film project.
Thank you.